'Twas 3 nights before Christmas, and all over the gym, players were stirring, for there's a game to win. The basketballs were ready, stored in each row. The chairs for the players are set up and ready to go. 2 teams are here to test their mettle. For Bella Vista, there's a score to settle. So on Jensen, on DeMucha, Ortega, and Hess, on Patterson and Belleberg, Givens and Ross, go Plate and Stites, Nielsen and Lee, all take a stand, go forth, and fulfill Coach Carey's masterful plan. So 1 game to play before Santa boards his sleigh. The gym is prepped as each player reports. West Park and Bella Vista on BV Live Sports. Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. George Tharlson and Scott Hackman with you from Bella Vista High School, and glad to have you along for tonight's final game for the Bella Vista girls in the 2025 calendar year. And Bella Vista coming off a tournament that saw them win 2 out of 3 games at the Del Campo tournament, including a win over Casa Roble. That's always a good thing, isn't it?
It's always a good thing. Yep, local rivalry. It's great to be here, George. How do you top that intro? That was pretty incredible on this holiday week. It's great to see the fans here, some alumni back. It's really going to be fun. And as you mentioned, with that momentum, 2 out of the 3 in a tournament, that's great for these girls. I'm sure they're just on cloud 9 right now. For this holiday break. What a fun day. It's happy to be home on the holiday.
And head coach Carrie Masters, she was talking about how she feels that her team has kind of hit a stride already, especially with that tournament performance. She was very happy with the win over Casa, of course, but to take 2 of 3 in that tournament, she thinks the team is hitting its stride right now.
That's great. Yeah, they are, and just the passing, the ball movement, and the rebounds. I know you'll talk about it all game today, but also just from a little bit of perspective from last year, they played West Park really well. I enjoyed watching them last year, and I think today it's going to be more of the same. It's going to be a really fun contest between these two teams.
Well, and we called off all the names on the Bella Vista roster during the opening remarks, and I will. Tell you that everybody is available tonight. Marissa Plate did not play in the tournament. She was injured and is recovering from that injury. She'll see limited action tonight. And actually, I should. Not everybody's available tonight. Unfortunately, Maisie Hess back in action in the tournament after missing a lot of action earlier in the year. She took a bit of a hard shoulder in one of the games, and so they're going to hold her out tonight, but hope to have her back a week from Friday for the next game when Bella Vista takes on Granite Bay. So no Maisie Hess tonight, limited action for Marissa Plate, and then everybody else should go as according to plan. And Coach Masters has been getting everybody in that's been available, and she has a rotation, and it just happens to work.
It does happen to work, and I think she's figuring that out. It's 14 games into the season. It's a good time. Each game they're getting better. I've noticed each game they're getting better. They're building on their rotations. They're building on who they're comfortable with. They're comfortable with everybody. It's super fun to watch. Everybody can come in, plug in a new person, and they play well. So, kudos to Coach for that, definitely.
So in the Del Campo tournament, Bella Vista beat Casa 59-45, and then they lost a close one to River City 42-38. Bella Vista came back in that one, but they were down. They actually were up in that game early, then kind of had a bit of an issue, and then they had to fight back and get it to within 4 points. So that was if you want to say that there is a good loss, they played River City earlier in the season and just got they got blown out. And so to come back and only lose by 4, shows they're moving in the right direction. And then Valley on Saturday, they beat them 47-9.
Wow.
So what is that? That's 7 touchdowns and a missed extra point against 3 field goals. So that was an impressive win for them in that one. So 2 of 3 in the tournament. when last we saw them, they played 12 Bridges. They played them tough, but 12 Bridges a very good team as well. What's kind of sounding like a broken record, Ava Jensen took all tournament honors.
Wow.
I think she's done so in every tournament that Bella Vista's played in this year, the three that they've played in, Placer, Union Mine, and then also Del Campo. But it's going to be a lot of fun, of course, watching Ava Jensen play. She averages a double-double. So she needs to get that NIL deal with In-N-Out. I mean, if she's averaging a double-double.
I think we'll set that up through BV Live Sports, don't you think, George?
Roughly 12 points and 11 rebounds per game for Ava Jensen, the 6-foot senior. And she's also got a lot of help on the rebounding side. Cora Patterson's done a great job rebounding. Marissa Plate, who's also 6 feet, back with the team after missing time with injury. But a couple of guards that have been very impressive for Bella Vista. Sarah DeMucha, who you know quite well because of her lacrosse history as well. And then Lila Ortega. Both of them have really come on strong for this team. Sarah hit 3-point shots that I think it was the last game we did that sent it into overtime.
That was fun.
And so so somebody there, a couple there to watch the starting guards for this team.
Yeah, I enjoy watching both Demuha and Ortega. They spread the floor really well, and with Sarah, I mean, you could just tell her court awareness. Both in lacrosse and basketball, she really understands the court really well. And watching those two, pick up after Ellie Tomei from last year,
right?
Really step in. Those two together, protecting the ball, breaking the press. It's fun to watch. And I also, I wanted to step back real quick, George, too. It's pretty incredible this early in the year. Both these teams have played both River City, Placer, and 12 Bridges the same. They have some common opponents, so you can kind of look at that. They both played River City and Placer really well. River City and Placer both, beat both squads, but then also 12 Bridges as well. So I think, I know you're going to speak a little bit to this in a little bit, but I think these two teams match up really well.
I think they do.
And watching back again to your point, George, about Ava Jensen, I mean, she leads in 4 out of the 5, top categories on this squad. She's having a fantastic year. Double digits, double-double, like you mentioned. Super fun to watch, Ava Jensen.
Steals, too. She's a master thief.
Amazing. 4.4
so,
steals a game,
and you like having that in basketball. Let's talk a little bit about West Park. They are led by Riley Surivong, who, by the way, is a very delightful young lady. We actually had chance to talk to her along with head coach Carly Waddell before the game started tonight. And she's averaging about 15 points per game.
Incredible.
And West Park is going to be without their starting point guard tonight, Lauren Weiss. So Riley Surivong and then Kara Labrador both are going to take on the point guard role tonight. And in fact, Surivong stepped into that role in their last game when Weiss went down with an injury. And so we'll see how all of that plays out. The final seconds, as you can see, are ticking off before we get this one underway. The players are to the benches, and we are going to check in and get the national anthem and the starting lineups coming up here in just a few minutes, and then we will have tonight's game. It'll be the last game for Bella Vista for almost 2 weeks.
Yep.
As they will next be in action 1 week from Friday on January 2nd, 2026, hosting Granite Bay. And that will be a 6 o'clock start, by the way. Let's head downstairs to public address announcer Brian Jensen.
Vista Broncos. We invite you now to stand and join with us in saluting our flag as we hear the national anthem. And now let's meet the starters. For West Park, number 2, Kara Labrador. Number 5, Riley Soravong. Number 10, Kate Richards. Number 23, Layla Karzai. And number 42, Gabby Grange. Now let's meet the Broncos. Number 1, Sarah DeMucha. Number 2, Lila Ortega. Number 4, Kylie Roth. Number 15, Emma Givens. And number 32, Ava Jensen. All right, folks, let's have a great night.
All right, so just moments away now with the starting lineups having been introduced. We will get this game underway here in just a few minutes. So for Bella Vista, control Riley Sorivong. And that's one of the big things tonight. And then their starting center, number 42, Gabby Garinga. We didn't have a chance to talk about her in the opening remarks, but what a story. She is recovering from 2 separate knee injuries that date back to when she was in 8th grade. She is now a senior in high school, and this is her first year she's able to play high school basketball, and she gives them a low post, a center, someone playing the center position that they really have not had at West Park in a while. So they're very happy to have her.
Yeah, I saw that when I was doing some of the pregame, and I heard that story about Gabby, and I'm just excited to watch her play. I'm going to be rooting for her tonight. Looks like she's going to take the jump ball here, number 42 against Ava Jensen, which is no small feat. Ava wins these a lot, and amazing center in herself.
And that is Gabby Garinga stepping in center court.
I like the Nike logos on those West Park jerseys. Those are pretty sharp.
Looking pretty slick. The blue, gold, and white of the West Park Panthers. And the red, white, and black for Bella Vista. And the Broncos with possession to get this one underway. Here's DeMucha. 2-3 zone to start it off for West Park. Ortega averaging about 6 points per game. Here's Jensen. Jensen finds an opening. That powers that one in for the first 2 points of the game.
Started with the jump from Ava. She was in the right place at the right time on that, and in the low block where she's made a living this year. So good to see. Nice, powerful move there by Ava.
This is Labrador running the point right now. There's Sorivong. Karzai will give it back to Labrador. Labrador, she finds an opening. Broncos control the loose ball. Here's Sarah DeMucha taking it all the way in. I think she heard the footsteps.
She did for sure. I mean, it's good to see BV in their classic 1-3-1 defense.
Richards from the outside. Just inside the three-point arc, Kate Richards, her first points of the game.
BV didn't make that shot down there, so they didn't have time to get back in the 1-3-1. But falling back in man, it's going to be a different show.
There's Jensen once again on Garinga. Nice defense by Garinga. Jars the ball loose. Just one-handed pass. Inside Garinga, she's wide open. Oh, unfriendly roll, but the putback, the rebound, and the putback for Gabby Garinga, who's averaging about 4 points and 8 rebounds per game.
It's a nice unselfish play by Labrador to keep that ball and push it back out, which gave a nice opening for Gabby on the low block.
Jensen double team, forces up a shot, and is called for a travel.
It's going to be fun watching this game go on. Ava Jensen will kind of feel that presence of the low defense there. She's not going to spin into the double team like that. She'll see where they're coming from as the game goes on. But right now, she's getting her feet under her.
Sorivong and Labrador at midcourt. Here's Sorivong. I am really looking forward to watching her play. But Richards just hit one from a little closer to the basket. That one did not go, but an offensive rebound. Bella Vista is going to have to do a better job controlling the rebounds. That's a three-point shot for Layla Karzai.
Karzai worked hard on that one, got the tip-out rebound, and found herself in the corner wide open. She deserved that shot for the tip-out rebound.
5-point lead. Here's Demucha launching a three. And another rebound controlled by the Panthers. No shot, they say. That was Labrador driving the basket. Get the foul called. Looks like that was on Ava Jensen.
Yep, she was up straight up on that, but you got to be careful. We can't get her in foul trouble this game.
Broncos come up with the ball. Loose ball.
Nice tip
Here's
rebound again.
Ortega. Demucha once again goes to the ground. We're going to get a foul called against West Park.
Yep. Who is it on, Labrador?
I think they called it on Richards, number 10.
Richards, yeah, she was one step too late there to get that block. It's a good call.
There's Jensen on the baseline. That one's too hard. Underneath the rebound, Kylie Mullen-Ross. Her first points of the game. She's averaging about 2.5.
I know we'll mention it again, but against a 2-3 zone, that backside rebound's often there. So Kylie found herself in good position.
Richards. Now here's Sorivan. She launches a three. Long rebound. Richards tries to save it, will not succeed, and so the Broncos will get possession once again.
Nice hustle there by West Park.
Broncos taking their time, and we've got a whistle and a timeout.
It's like Coach Masters probably wants to, against this 2-3 zone, I think Coach Masters is going to look for getting Ava Jensen more up at the top of the key, right at the free throw line. That's the best spot to break that D. And then when the ball gets to Ava Jensen at the free throw line, then what they can do is look baseline or maybe take an open jumper there for Ava Jensen. It's good to see, Labrador and Suravan step up for West Park. It's going to be fun to watch them tonight as they step up for two seniors from last year. My perspective from last year with Jill Neal and Sierra Miller, both top scoring guards from West Park last year. So big shoes to fill, but Suravan has definitely stepped up, and Labrador on the defensive end is just a phenomenal player as well. So it's fun to watch both of these two guards play against our guards. Yep. Looks like they dropped Emma Givens up there at the top of the key.
Givens has it right now. Gets around the defender. Here's Ross once again on the baseline. Draws the foul.
Nice strong move by Ross there on the baseline again. She's rewarded with a couple free throws for that.
Broncos hope to cut the lead back to 1 here.
It's fun to watch Ortega and Demucha work together. They're here at the center court just talking about stuff that I'm sure they just talked about at the timeout. So they're getting on the same page.
Ross is 31% from the line this season. Gets the second one.
Nice touch there. She has really good form on that free throw. It was a good shot.
Broncos within 2. Karzai. Free throw line extended left. Ball out of bounds will stay with West Park.
I'm sure Coach Masters likes to see that made bucket because it lets the Broncos get back in a 1-3-1 defense. Looks like out of the inbounds, though, they're going straight man-to-man.
Sorivan thought about the three for a second, now steps inside, tries to use the backboard. Doesn't get that far. Jensen comes up with the ball, and we get a tie-up, and the possession arrow is going to favor West Park.
Let's see if they'll switch the notifier in their pocket. It's like Emma Givens taking a break.
Sorivan winds up on the ground.
Looks like Cora Patterson is in the game, number 5 for Bella Vista. I can't wait to see her play. She's had a really strong year too.
She has.
I mean, watching Cora play, I think she complements both Emma Givens and Ava Jensen really well.
She had 13 rebounds and 10 steals plus 9 points in one of the tournament games, and there she gets an assist.
Right on cue. What an amazing
right on
pass.
cue, and another deuce for Kylie Mullen-Ross. She's got 5 points tonight. She's double her average.
Wow, that's incredible. She came to play. I didn't get to see her the first game, so it's fun watching Ross play. She's a good low post presence.
Broncos running the 2-3 zone. Sorivong steps inside the defender. Loose ball controlled by the Panthers. Labrador. Here's Karzai. Karzai has the ball poked from behind. Demuch is on the ground. Got to be careful not to move too much when you're on the ground.
Smart play to give it up to Cora Patterson.
Here's Ortega. Jensen high post. Jensen tries to use the backboard. Doesn't go for her.
I think she was a little surprised at how open she was there at the top of the key, but she made a nice move. It's just a little hard.
There's some defense by Cora Patterson to poke that one away to the waiting hands of Ava Jensen, and a double dribble.
Cora Patterson came in, and she's a nice spark off the bench right now. She's made like 3 really solid plays in a row.
She was one of 3 players to score 14 points in the game against Nevada Union. That was the overtime game.
Yeah, nice scoring threat there.
Karzai. Oh, check that. That's Callie Gemmel that is in now, number 21. Turns it over.
Kelly just got a little too excited there. The passing lane closed down a little too quick.
It's a tie ball game, Broncos. There's Patterson on the baseline, in and underneath. Oh, unfriendly roll. There's the rebound, the hoop, and the harm for Jada Belleberg, who's now in for her first action.
Way to go, Jada. That was an amazing. She stayed with it, right? Like her effort on that backside rebound, that was amazing.
You know, she's got the Bella Vista themed shoes.
Oh, she does. Are those new?
The Nikes with the white, the black at the heel.
Oh, wow.
And then the Nike swoosh has a red outline.
That's pretty cool.
Belleberg tries to follow the shot on the missed free throw. Broncos by 2. Here come the Panthers. Labrador steps into an 18-footer, and that one's going to bounce out of bounds and go right back over to the Broncos.
Back when I played like 200 years ago, team shoes were a really cool thing to do. Everybody had the same shoe.
Everybody had the same shoe.
Yeah,
you
and
don't
those
see that
shoes,
anymore.
no, you don't. Belleberg's shoes would have been a really classic team shoe for these Broncos.
We've got Ava Jensen with the creamsicle-colored Sabrinas. We know that.
Yeah, Ava wouldn't have liked the team shoe because she's got some flair.
Patterson with the pink. Bridget Nielsen into the game with kind of the turquoise, black, and pink. We talk about the shoes a lot on our broadcast.
We love them. We love them. Most people are sporting the Nikes though, which I prefer.
We got a whistle on the inbounds, and did the Broncos force a turnover? They did.
Yep. Was that on Sorivong? She got a little off the ball charge, it looks like.
Jada Belleberg, good job on the collision to keep the pivot foot. Here's Nielsen off the glass and in from about 10 feet out.
Smart play by Bridget there to use the glass. That's a really high percentage shot.
Nielsen, of course, the sophomore, played varsity as a freshman last year, started a few games.
She did.
Here's Karzai. Karzai immediately double teamed. Labrador once again stops at the free throw line. She'll find Sorivong. Sorivong from 17. Jensen almost had that one, but West Park winds up with it. Labrador's down. And they immediately blow the whistle dead because she's right there in the low post. And this does not look good. She's not getting up. So Carly Waddell, the head coach, is coming over to check in on her
That hurts.
point guard. As we mentioned at the start, Labrador and Sorivong are picking up the point guard slack because Lauren Weiss is not available due to an injury, a knee injury tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Labrador did turn her left ankle there. She went up for a really solid rebound against David Jensen and went after it, showed a lot of heart to get that rebound, and I know that hurts, rolling that ankle, but
So at
let's
least
hope
for
that's
now,
what it is.
she's going to need help. Oh, this is not good. They're carrying her off.
Yep.
see her come into your screen right about now. Our best wishes with Kara Labrador. Hopefully this is just precautionary.
Well, it is hard. You know, on a turned ankle, it's really hard to walk. So let's hope. To your point, George, let's hope it's precautionary.
So the point guard duties are going to land with Riley Sorivong. She has not scored yet, but she likes to hit three-pointers. She said that her goals for tonight, when we were talking to her, are to shoot more mid-range. Oh! There's a lack of court presence there by Layla Karzai, and she just stepped back across the midcourt line, so that's the over and back, and that will send possession back over to Bella Vista. But Sorivong was talking about how she will shoot a lot of threes, but tonight, more as at the point guard, she'll be looking at more mid-range jumpers, kind of like that one from Bridget Nielsen.
It's a nice shot there, good arch on it. Also,
Sorivong.
See Coach Carly over there for West Park really coaching her heart out. After an injury, it's hard to do that, but she's doing a great job.
McKenna Needles into the game, number 22. Here's a three-point shot that dances off the iron. Looks like Patterson deflects that out of bounds. Richards took the shot. A couple of substitutions for Bella Vista. Elise Stites coming in for her first action. And Lilo Ortega is back in.
Looks good. I think that might be a way that West Park might be able to get into this right on cue. I was going to mention the three-point shooting. They've hit a few more three-pointers than Bella Vista Broncos, but I think that could be a way they beat this 1-3-1 zone defense.
That's the second triple of the game for Karzai. Here's Patterson underneath. And that's a nice look. I think that was
Beautiful.
Gibbons that got that to her.
Yep, Givens with the assist and Cora Patterson, amazing shot. I think that's where Bella Vista has them a little bit, is down low, but you know, you don't want to exchange 3 to 2.
Sorry, but thought about the three-point shot.
She does. She wants it back.
Now here's Karzai once again. Karzai saves the ball in bounds, and another rebound for West Park. Sorivong driving in. And this will go to Bella Vista.
I mean, something I picked up on so far, I mean, every loose ball West Park is going after it. They have a lot of effort. You can tell that's coming from Coach Carly there. She coaches that effort, and it's really good to see.
Here's Patterson, high post. Givens. Broncos will bring it back out. Here's Ortega. Givens once again. Patterson. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Stites. She'll hit a three if she is open. Somebody's got to put the ball up, though. So Stites will force one up, winds up on the ground, and is bailed out. That ball did not touch the rim. That was destined for a shot clock violation. But that's why you never give up. And
Never
you
give
take
up.
the shot anyway.
You take the shot. Yep,
Draw
nice
the
step
contact. What a job by Elise Stites.
That was a really strong effort by Elise Stites there, just to kind of get that pivot and still get the shot up, which obviously gets a shooting foul out of it.
And it already pays off.
Yep, she deserves that. That was some effort.
One of two for Elise Stites. 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Broncos were down 7-2. There's a long shot at the buzzer, winds up in the hands of Cora Patterson, who then gives it over to Lila Ortega. She must have played soccer because that was perfect throw-in form.
Yes, it was. It was. Cora Patterson didn't want that shot on her, so she gave it to Ortega to take the shot. That was kind of fun.
All right, so the first 8 minutes are in the books here at Bella Vista High School. The Broncos a 4-point lead. We were just talking about how they were down 7-2, and then to close out the quarter, they go on a 12-3 run
Yeah.
to take this 4-point lead as we head into the second period. Kylie Mullen-Ross leading the way with 5 points. And good distribution of scoring for Bella Vista with Bella Burke and Patterson, Nielsen, and Jensen, each with 2 points. Elise Stites with that free throw just a few moments ago. And there are the Broncos with the 14 points in the first quarter. 2 3-pointers for Layla Karzai for West Park. She leads the way. She leads all scorers with 6 so far, and then 2 each for Kate Richards and Gabby Garinga.
I like Coach Masters, her thought on this game. I mean, she has many different rotations. You got Stites coming in for Demuha. You know, everybody just steps up, but she kind of keeps the 2 bigs with 3 guards sort of a concept every time.
Broncos take possession to start the second quarter.
I really hope we get to see Labrador back in the game for West Park. I don't think she's gonna though. She's got that leg elevated on her ankle, with ice on her ankle.
Stites open for 3. Oh,
That was in and out.
boy, that one brought rain.
Did. That was a in and out shot right there. She'll get that back. She'll get another one.
Zori Vaughn. In the corner, the jumper. Mia Cervantes is into the game, number 24. Here's Garinga. 3-pointer for Sorivong. Garinga saves it
wow.
inbounds. What
Again.
a job.
Again, that's like the 3rd time that's happened. They're going after every loose ball.
Tell you what, those knees are working just fine for her.
I like to, you know,
Garinga with the rebound underneath. The miss by Cervantes.
I mean, Garinga found herself out 30 feet. I mean, that's an amazing for having your big be able to handle the ball out above the 3-point line like that. That's a threat and really hard for the Broncos to guard on defense.
One of the things Coach Waddell told us to look for is watch Gabby Garinga and see how much joy she plays with.
Yes.
She is so excited about being able finally to play. Sorivong now running the point. Here's Garinga underneath, step around move, scoop to the, draws the foul. Jensen and Ross were both down there. They're going to call that on Patterson.
It's good that that wasn't called on Ava Jensen. That would have been 2 fouls already. Nice strong move by Garinga, though.
Sporting the pink shoes.
Nice shot. Nothing but net.
Yeah, good form.
For sure. She, I think she took a little bit of a hand to the face there accidentally on that move, so she's kind of wiping her brow a little bit because of that. I'm sure that stings. Ah, it's pretty. Doesn't matter though on that free throw.
And again, that's good form.
Yeah, it is. Really is.
So she's got 4 tonight. Lead is now 2. Ortega's running the point right now. Here's Jensen. Oh, Jensen couldn't control the ball.
So with Jensen's game, I mean, I think just to turn around, face the basket, and hold the ball up as high as she can would be a little bit better to see there at the top of the key than a dribble. But right now it allows us to get back in the 1-3-1 defense, which I know Coach wants to see.
I think there we have that second foul on Ava Jensen. Here's Cervantes. Open for a second. Garinga comes up with the loose ball. Garinga steps around, brings it back to the outside. Sorivong. She got bumped. They didn't call it.
Yep.
She was trying to find her footing and look for teammates and shuffled the feet as a result.
Yep, that's true. You can see Coach Carley saying there to spread out a bit more. I think she felt they were a little too grouped together on that one.
Ball out of bounds, looks like a foul call.
Ortega got bailed out too. That's not. I'm sure that's not where Coach Masters wants to see her dribble that ball.
This one's on McKenna Needles.
But that's, of course, where the defense is kind of funneling you to. So it's hard not to dribble there, but that's not necessarily where you want to pick up your dribble over in that corner.
Macy Lee in for Bella Vista for her first action. Kelly Gemmel is back in for West Park. All of a sudden, it's gotten Really silent here.
I think they were curious about your take on that one, George. Everybody's like, what does George have to say?
I highly doubt that. Here's Jensen.
Oh, good thought.
Patterson saves it. Off the screen from Lee. Here's Jensen to the basket.
I know a lot of the crowds.
Hacked in the act.
Hacked in the act. It's kind of neat because with the holiday week, we got some alumni here with Mackenzie Dean, Chloe Yanis, and Autumn Shannon here cheering on Ava Jensen. I know they've all played with her, so it's pretty cool to see them and to see some of these seniors.
Jensen, by the way, is a 53% free throw shooter.
See, what the
law of averages, I was going to say, the law of averages tell us she'll make this shot.
Absolutely. No jinx.
Well, don't get me started on jinxes.
You don't believe in it.
No.
You don't believe in it. I know.
Neither did Vince Scully, and that's fine with me. There's Sori Vong. Oh, my goodness.
That's who we don't want to necessarily get hot because she makes a lot of threes. I know she's working on her mid-range game, but she is an amazing three-point shooter.
AC Lee chases that one down and then steps on the sideline.
Yep. You can tell, I mean, obviously West Park's kind of forcing our ball handlers to those spots, and those are really hard spots to get the pass off. Coach Masters sees it. She's like, we're going to fix this.
We get a timeout called here by Bella Vista. It's going to be a full timeout, so we got a little bit of time to talk here.
Nice.
Maybe you can expand a little bit on what you were saying about the purpose of the timeout and
for sure
talking about this.
Well, you know, the other games we've seen, they break these presses quite a bit with the pass and less with the dribble. I'm sure that's what Coach Masters is talking about. Break the press with the pass and don't find yourself in the short corner three area or along the sideline because they're definitely trapping along the sideline. So keep the ball in the middle of the court near the beautiful Bella Vista logo there at center court. That's what I would do. We'll see what they come out. Maybe they even are going to switch up the offense a little bit. We'll see. They're getting, at the beginning of the game in the first quarter, they were getting a lot of passes to the low block near us, which left the backside block completely open. So let's see if they can try to get to that more as compared to getting the ball up at the top of the key. And, there's been some turnovers up at the top of the key. So let's see what they do.
Well, early on, Kylie Nolan-Ross has had the hot hand for Bella Vista with 5 points. Usually the leading scorer is usually Ava Jensen. They do need other players not named Ava Jensen to put more points on the board. Get that balance scoring. That was one of the things that worked well in that overtime loss to Nevada Union, is having those 3 players that each scored 14 points.
Right. Yeah, they even scoring. And the fact that they can bring in, Sarah DeMuha for Ortega is a really nice fit.
Sori Vong winds up on the ground. We'll get a foul called on Bella Vista.
Let's hope it's not against Ava Jensen. Nope, it's on Sarah DeMuha.
It's on DeMucha. That's her first. 13 foul in the second quarter for Bella Vista. Cervantes. And that's going to be a turnover.
Coach is a lot smarter than me, but I'd almost consider taking Ava Jensen and put her on the baseline and put Ross up top just to kind of preserve Ava Jensen her foul calls. That's just such a... Let's see what she does here.
Belleberg and Ortega are coming in. Ross and Lee are going out. One of the things the Broncos wanted to do was kind of try to out-height West Park. Here's DeMucha driving in. Her runner does not go. Gemmel with the rebound. Here's Sori Vong. Stutter step move.
That's nice handles.
Cervantes. Wide open underneath. That's Kelly Gemmel.
And our coach is going to talk about the execution on that rotation there. Ortega was about a step slow on that rotation.
Jensen high post. It's almost one and done for Bella Vista if they don't make the shots. West Park doing a great job on the rebound. Riley Sori Vong is going to get 2 free throws here.
That's a good call, George, on that. You're right. I mean, we're not getting a lot of offensive rebounds, which you could do against a 2-3 zone, but...
So you're talking about Bella Vista wanting to out-height the Panthers.
Yeah.
Mia Cervantes and Gabby Goringa are at 5'10". Gemmel's 5'9", and Taylor Queen, who is not able to play tonight, is 5'8". Other than that, everybody's 5'6" or lower for this team. Richards is 5'7".
Yep. And a lot of times about, when you try to out-height somebody, I think we just with plate, and we got, Emma Givens, we got Ava Jensen, and we got Cora Patterson, and they all can play multiple positions.
Right.
So a lot of times when you try to out-height somebody, you put like a big at a 3 or something like that, which right now they don't have. They're kind of running a smaller lineup right now with Bellabrook in there as the 3 with your 2 guards of Demuha and Ortega. So right now they're going more traditional, but we'll see if, in a couple minutes maybe they bring Emma Givens in at a 3, which then would help with that rebounding deficit that we have right now.
Givens and Patterson each go 5'10". Jensen is 6 feet tall. And then we talked about Marissa Plate, who has missed the last few games. They're expecting some limited minutes for her, and those limited minutes begin right now.
Yep, it's good to see her in there. I was hoping to get to watch her play. I didn't get to see her the first game, so it's good to see her playing.
Here's Bellaberg. Jensen. Plate thought about the shot for just a second.
She did.
Here's Demucha. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Drives in and travels.
One too many steps. Coach Masters over there is loving the effort. I think they executed well what she wanted to see, so it's all you can ask as a coach.
Karzai works off the screen. Now Sorivon. Pass deflected, but Gemmel's right there. Right place at the right time. Muscles up and top, over Plate, and gets the deuce.
So one thing I've noticed, and you've probably noticed a lot this season, is that, game of runs, right? And like we were up, Bella Vista was up pretty well, and now we've just kind of had some bad passes, and it just really kind of snowballs quickly. So they need to figure out a way to get a bucket right here.
Basket and 1 for Callie Gemmel. She's up to 5 points tonight. And a 4-point lead for West Park. Another turnover for Bella Vista. That one deflected away. But again, right place at the right time for the Panthers. There's Karzai.
So I know Coach has used up most of her timeouts already trying to stop this momentum, but at some points the girls are just going to have to stop it themselves. All you're seeing right now, George, is just the game of runs, man. Like, momentum in basketball is incredible. It's amazing some of the passes you make when you have no momentum. All the passes seem to be going the right way for West Park.
West Park, one of the things that they want to do tonight is be very aggressive on defense. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to press. They haven't been doing a lot of full court press, which is one thing Bella Vista's really had trouble with this year. But just getting up in the face of the opponent. Jensen with the rebound. Ortega will wait for everyone to set up. Bellaberg inside Plate. Plate gets her own rebound. Couple of shots there, a couple of opportunities for Bella Vista. Here comes Karzai. Needles. Demucha the rebound.
I know she was laughing about that shot, but that was a really good shot there. Nice dribble step.
Jensen through the double team, draws the foul.
That's a nice strong move there by Ava Jensen. She kind of gathered herself a little bit and made the move to the right. That was a really strong move.
They're going to get Cervantes for that one. Jensen 0 for 3 tonight at the free throw line.
Yeah, it's not like her.
No.
You know, she has a lot of family in town with holiday break, and maybe she's got a little bit of that thought on the mind.
She wants to have a good game.
She does.
In front of everybody. Here's Sorivong for 3. Oh, my goodness. just gets the friendly roll there.
Really good touch there.
Nice touch, and just like that,
Yep.
West Park's out in front by 8. Broncos stuck on that 14. They haven't scored in this quarter yet.
Oh, good call, George. Is
we
that
were
right?
talking. We were talking about the run that they went on, the 12-2 run, 12-3 run, to take that 14-12 lead at the end of the quarter, and yeah, they have not scored.
So this is exactly what I was talking to Coach Brian about, just fighting through these runs. They seem to happen every game, at least one. So we need to find some way to get to stop the bleeding, if you will.
This is what happened in the River City game. They didn't go scoreless in a quarter, but they had a 15-9 lead after the first quarter, and then kind of went cold, and River City went on a run.
Yeah.
They built a big lead, and then Bella Vista had to come back just to make it close.
Right. It's hard to do, though. I like, and now seeing out there with Emma and also Ross.
Okay,
Oh,
so
are they in the penalty, maybe?
Yeah, we're at.
Yeah, okay.
It's actually the 6th foul on Bella Vista, so 5 fouls, and that's what puts you at automatic free throws. No more 1-on-1 in high school basketball. So everything in the penalty is 2 shots.
Okay, all right. And, I know Ross is probably kicking herself right now for that foul, but I really like to watch because she's so athletic and she puts in so much effort at the top of that 1-3-1. I like to see her play more up there.
So 1 of 2 for Needles. That's her first point of the game. The lead is now 13. Here's Ortega. She'll launch a 3. Oh, Bella Vista could have really used that. That's going to go over to West Park, or Mullen Ross falling to the ground. Looks like she may have gotten a hand on that one.
I'm glad she's okay. A little bit of pressing by the Broncos. One person trying to bring back and break this deficit by themselves, but you got to do it as a team. Oh no.
Good ball movement. Soribong, she'll miss that one, but another offensive rebound for West Park. Soribong's going to launch another one. And a foul on Mullen Ross. Bella Vista's just getting killed on the offensive boards.
Yep. It's tough when you have a big, be at the top of that 1-3-1. They got to know to flash to the hoop on those rebounds. It's kind of odd, because coming into this game, Bella Vista had out-rebounded West Park, based on the total number of rebounds. But it seems like West Park has a lot more rebounds than Bella Vista this half.
2 free throws for Callie Gemmel. 56% free throw shooter last year.
Oh, Bridget has
Lead is
turquoise
15.
shoes. Those are amazing. Are those new? Looks like new.
Pass deflected, another turnover. Nice spin move. Layla Karzai. She's up to 10 points tonight. Broncos still looking for their first points of the quarter. Another turnover. And then Ortega says, well, I'm going to force one on my own.
Great
Shot
defense.
clock is now off.
Great defense by Ortega. Let's hold for one shot here.
Take care of the ball. That's going to be a held ball, and that's going to go over to West Park. So things just going incredibly wrong for Bella Vista in this quarter. We talked about how we thought this was an even matchup.
Absolutely.
And it would be if Bella Vista it didn't go cold in this quarter, or not so much cold, just turning the ball over too much.
I agree, yeah.
Sorivong's shot does not go. This will go over to Bella Vista. 5 seconds to go, and the Broncos will have a chance here. So at least
all right, 5
avoid
seconds.
the shutout.
Right, yeah, 5 seconds is
It can be an eternity.
I think West Park is calling timeout, perhaps.
It's a 30-second timeout. They're probably just going to try to prevent the basket here.
Yeah, and I'm sure what Coach Carly is going to be talking about is not to foul. Don't foul on the, quarter court heave.
It's like they just changed it to a full timeout. But
oh, they
that's
did?
Okay.
Okay, all right.
And 5 seconds to go. This is
Yeah, that escalated quickly for sure. I mean, it's incredible that they haven't scored this quarter. So you know what that means, George? That means the third quarter they're going to just make it rain. They're going to score so much in the third quarter. They're going to bring the Broncos back.
So you don't have a lot of time here, and they turn it over at midcourt. At the buzzer, that one's going to go over the backboard. So a turnover-filled second quarter for Bella Vista, where they score absolutely no points. So just a rough second quarter for the Broncos, and they will head to the locker room. They're going to need to regroup. And they're going to need a comeback similar to last Friday against River City, just to get back in this one. They find themselves trailing by 17 here at the break. And again, the point totals for Bella Vista are the same as they were at the end of the first quarter, with Kylie Mullen-Ross leading the way with 5 points.
You're right.
As far as the Panthers are concerned, Callie Gemmel is up there with 7, but the leader is Layla Karzai. She's got 10, powered by a couple of 3-point shots that she hit in the first quarter. And you know, again, 31 points. That's a pretty good first half. You can't really say that West Park is really, you know, putting on a scoring fest, though. They're missing their shots as well. The problem is Bella Vista didn't score in that second quarter.
That's it. 2 things. I mean, West Park's defense led to that run, and then they just let Soravan just take it away after that with a couple really important threes. But their defense created that momentum shift. And also, I mean, you know, you hate to see a player such as Labrador go down like she did, but you know what West Park did? They picked her up, they picked up their teammates, and they went on they went on a huge run, and they did that for Labrador, I'm sure. That's probably what they're talking about in the locker room right now, keep it going. But, you know, what Bella Vista has to do, as you already mentioned, is they just need to protect the ball. It's not rocket science by any means, but in runs like that, you just need to take a couple dribbles and just slow it down and run your offense. And you'll get some open shots, I know it. Just like the first quarter, they're going to get some open shots in the third quarter.
So for West Park, they have 11 players on their roster.
Yeah.
Annalise Braden is not available tonight. Lauren Weiss is hurt. She's not available tonight. Taylor Queen is out for the year. So that's 3 players of the 11 that are not able to play tonight. Wow. That takes you down to 8 available players, and now Labrador is hurt. So they're down to 7 available players, and I asked Coach Waddell before the game what her thoughts were about possibly calling somebody up from the JV squad, maybe to kind of at least, you know, fill out the roster a little bit, especially since they do have a player that's out for the year. And she says, well, there are 6 seniors on this team, and they've played together for a long time. She feels more comfortable just giving them more playing time to make up for the missing players. And certainly it is paying off here for them tonight, because they're missing their starting point guard. They're missing the one of the backups to the point guard. And Riley Sorivan, who we talked about was going to split the duties with Labrador, now has to take that on completely herself. She's got 7 points, 2 3-point shots tonight. But they've adjusted very well to the fact that they've lost yet another player to injury, and are just playing a very good game.
And I think Coach Carley said that's the most seniors they've ever had at West Park for quite some time. So you can see it out there. I mean, sometimes it's easier when you know you're running with 6, you're running with 8. You know, you're not looking over your shoulder to see if somebody's coming in on a substitution for you. You're just out there playing basketball. And I mean, I'm sure they've worked on their fitness all, off season, so they're ready to go. All 8 of them, they're running the Broncos out of the gym right now. And I hope that the Broncos really just kind of see that and use that to motivate themselves and just battle back. Like you said, I know they can, absolutely.
Well, and again, if you think about it, they scored, they scored 14 points in the first quarter.
Right.
If they scored 10 in the second quarter, which is kind of low end for a quarter, but still, if they scored 10 in that second quarter, it's 31-14. I'm sorry, 24. It's only a 7-point
Yeah, it's
game.
a completely different ball game. I think as I said last game that I did, I think we need to get to 55. So What's that going to take? That's going to take some shooting. We're going to need to get some open shots, obviously. But we're also going to need to just, maybe switch up the defense a little bit. I think that Sorovan kind of has that 1-3-1 figured out pretty well, and she's kind of dicing it up right now. But maybe switch up into some man. It might be kind of hard to keep up with them, but especially when Gabby, number 42 for West Park, is in there, I definitely think we should probably go man and try to battle back that way. We got to switch it up.
Gabby Goringa, again, we talked about her. She's a senior, and it's the first action that she has seen as a high school basketball player because of a couple of knee injuries.
Yeah.
And it is great that she is getting a full season with her friends and teammates. She had 15 rebounds
That's
in
incredible.
a game against Franklin again on the 21st of November. And then she's averaging about 8 rebounds per game and 4 points per game. So that's really that's great to see that she's got that and that she is back. Ava Jensen has not been able to get going for Bella Vista. Really, nobody has. Kylie Mullen-Ross had those 5 points in the first quarter. Running down the scoring for West Park, Karzai leads the way with 10 points, 7 for Gemmel and Sorivong. And then Goringa has 4, and then 2 for Richards and 1 for Needles. And so that's going to round out the scoring. Going to take just a brief break, and we'll come back in a couple of minutes and bring you the second half of action. 17-point lead for West Park. We'll see what kind of comeback Bella Vista has in store in the final 2 quarters of this one. right, just moments away from the start of the second half as Bella Vista will look to have to get something going here, obviously going scoreless. I can only remember one other time where that happened, and that would have been 2 years ago. It was the first time we live streamed a Bella Vista girls game, as a matter of fact. I don't remember the opponent. I know it was a league game because we just did two of the girls' games that year. Scott, I think it was the first game we worked together, but Bella Vista went scoreless in the second quarter that time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I remember this happening before. When it ended up happening, did we end up winning that game or did we lose it? Do you remember?
I think we lost. I think Bella Vista lost that one. So,
oh,
but
well.
yes.
Water under the bridge, my friend. Water under the bridge.
Indeed. So let's see what happens. 17 points. The Broncos were down 7-2, and then went on a 12-3 run, or 12. More like 12-5, I guess, to close out the quarter. It was 14-12 at the end of the. No, 14-10. I'm sorry. So it was a 12-3 run.
Looks like the Broncos went back to their starting lineup.
Broncos have to protect the ball. That's Ortega off the screen from Jensen. Sorivon controls the rebound. Sorivon's just a junior. West Park comes here next year, we'll get to see her again.
That's good. Yeah, she's got a lot of basketball ahead of her.
Karzai, the leading scorer. Richards comes up with the rebound. Right back out. Here's Sorivon just inside the free throw line. Jensen with the block.
Smart move there by Ortega to just slow the ball up a little bit. Get it. Ooh. Good thought, though. I mean, what I've seen so far is a different offensive look. A little bit more of a weave at the top. Get some more bounce in the dribble a little bit and just have possession for a little bit longer than before. West Park has a similar offense.
Here's Goringa. That's Needles. He'll throw up a prayer. It's not answered. But Sorivon's right there for the rebound. Richards, there's another block. That one's going to go across midcourt. Sorivon controls it for West Park. Everything seeming to, every contested ball seems to be going West Park's way. Richards, they said that was a three, goes out of bounds and over to Bella Vista.
That was great hustle by Ortega there against Sorivon, and just two incredible athletes running after that loose ball. Just great effort by both ladies.
A minute and a half into the third quarter. Nobody has scored yet in the third quarter. DeMuch is open for a three. That would have been big for Bella Vista.
That would have been huge, yep. I'm happy to see that they've came out into a little bit different offense, and they're playing, looks like they're man-to-man defense.
Good defense by Ava Jensen.
I think Coach must have heard you at halftime there, George, to come out in a little bit of a different defensive set, so they did.
Here's Ortega. Here's Mullen Ross. Oh, she was going out of bounds, saved it, but went to the wrong colored jersey. Sorivon, what a move. Goringa. I think Gibbons gets a block there. Here's DeMucha, closed off. Broncos are going to take a timeout. They've got 2 to go after this.
I know.
Still nobody scored yet.
Yeah, I think Coach Masters sees something that she wants to really take advantage of this offensive set. I think having the ball right now, a couple minutes in, knock the rust off a little bit. This is a critical possession right now. So if they come out and they get a bucket here, or even a three. A three would be incredible, but getting a bucket here may change the course of the game completely.
You can see on the screen some of the signs of encouragement for the different players, actually of different levels. Some of these are for freshmen and JV players as well. Don't forget, you can join us on Facebook, facebook.com/BV Live Sports, or just scan the QR code on your screen. Take you right to our Facebook page where we'll get schedule updates and other information about Bella Vista sports. Here's Gibbons.
You're saying those signs came from like a team building event? It's huge, George.
It might have been part of the. There was a team building event. That was.
That's incredible. That was an amazing offensive set there, getting Ortega off the three and cutting to the bucket.
Here's Richards. She'll put up a jumper that does not go. Broncos get the rebound.
There's another critical possession right here, just one at a time.
Kibucha to the baseline. And a foul called. This one will go against McKenna Needles.
Yep. Every one of those fouls adds up too. So every possession, every dribble's important.
There's Ortega on the baseline, cutting in. Jensen, the hoop and the arm.
Huge and one. 3-point play the old-fashioned way. I love to see it. That's what gets Ava Jensen back in the ballgame. Getting an offensive rebound like that. Now if she makes this free throw, it's just slowly picking away at that lead.
Flew in there at the last minute.
Yeah, the athletic ability. That was fun. I see Labrador up walking around a little bit, which is good.
Jensen still, is it 0 for 5 now at the free throw line?
You're right.
4 points. Lead is 13. Zorivong. Broncos need this rebound. Karinga gets it though. Another second chance for West Park. This is a 3-point attempt from Karzai. Does not go.
Wow, I was in and out.
There's Cervantes puts up the shot, and that's off the hands of Ava Jensen and out of bounds. And so, with 25 seconds on the shot clock, West Park continues. A lot of second chance opportunities. Really, I think that's was the scoreless second quarter for Bella Vista. That is the really the difference in the game. Ball deflected on the baseline. Broncos come up with it, and then that's going to go out of bounds.
What a play by Sarah there. She almost got it, single-handedly stole that ball. Quick hands.
Fortunately, she was trapped against the baseline and didn't really have an outlet.
For sure, she was.
Kibucha is going to come out of the game for a little bit. Stites is back in. Ortega will run the point. Patterson, aggressive defense. Closes off the baseline. Forces the stop dribble. Here's Sorivon. 2-3 zone from Bella Vista. 3-point shot on the way from Gemmel. Garinga is fighting for that. Bella Vista's fighting for it. Loose ball on the ground. Karzai comes up with it and draws the foul.
You know, I saw Ava Jensen. She did a really good job of finding Gabby and like boxing her out on that one. That was just a really unlucky offensive rebound that Broncos just gave up. Fundamentally, she did it right. Sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way, though, does it, George?
Broncos get a break with the missed free throws. We're going to get a jump ball. This will favor West Park.
West Park's gotten every jump ball. Is it because we get it at quarter or something, and then it resets? I don't even know. But
well, that's how it works. Garinga gets the deuce. That's the first points of the quarter for West Park. Bella Vista held them scoreless for almost half the quarter, but they unfortunately couldn't get anything other than the points that they got, the 4 points that they've got. Here's Cora Patterson underneath. She draws the foul. Gemmel's going to get this one.
Really good pass by Ava Jensen there to look for her teammate. That was what was working so well at the beginning of the game, is center to center passing like that. Free throws at holiday break, man. It's tough.
46% free throw shooter is Cora Patterson. The lid on the basket for the free throws. That's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Bella Vista. So the Broncos get a possession back here. Halfway through the third quarter. They need to get some points here.
That's Ava's shot right there. I'm surprised she missed that one.
Here's Sorivon. Karzai on Stites. Gemmel.
I like Cora Patterson guarding Sauvignon. really an active defender.
Karzai
Got the
had a
steal.
little difficulty with it and winds up with Ava Jensen. Here's Ortega. Stites in the corner. She's not afraid to take that three. Jensen's going to control the rebound. Jensen, nice step around move. That one's a little too hard. That's going to go over to West Park.
Let's watch this matchup between Cora Patterson and Soravan. Next year, that's going to be another fun one to watch, but doesn't look like she's going to be guarding her this time. Hopefully she switches out on her.
Here's Gemmel.
She did.
Gemmel, the Soravan down on the baseline, in amongst the trees. That leaves Goringa open. Shot dances around. Cora Patterson gets the rebound. Stites.
Slow the ball up. Slow the ball up.
Stites to the baseline. Fade away. Too hard. Didn't listen to Coach Scott.
Nope. Nobody ever does. I don't blame them.
Soravan. Well, I hope that your lacrosse players listen to you.
Sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. Good rebound by Ava Jensen. Let's change the subject, my friend.
Ortega will launch a three. On the way. That looked really good.
It really
Jensen,
did.
the rebound
Yeah.
and the putback is good.
Again.
Jensen, 4 points in the quarter. The lead is 13.
Keep on chipping away, Broncos.
So just 2 points right now for West Park in this quarter, but Bella Vista is not taking advantage of it. West Park did when they held Bella Vista scoreless in the second quarter.
That is true. I like that. That was a good shot by Lily Ortega there. She was wide open. You got to take it. You like to see that from your guards.
So 2:15 to go in the third. Here's Soravan. Lost the ball, gets it back. DeMuch is back in, running all kinds of interference. Jensen nearly comes up with a steal. Goringa winds up on the ground. Referee pointed one way, then pointed the other, and now calls a foul. Is that on Ava?
Good to see Goringa get back up on that. She kind of fell awkwardly on that knee, so it's really good to see her get up.
That's on Ava. That's her third. There's a jumper from the outside. That's Soravan.
Soravan again, yeah, pretty shot.
9 points for her.
You always got to find her. I mean, no matter where you are.
Into traffic, loose ball. Nice hands
Really
by
nice hands.
Goringa.
Yeah, really nice hands by Goringa there, as you said. Yeah, you definitely got to find where Soravan is.
Karzai. Karzai collides with Jensen. Jensen winds up on the ground. No foul called. Jumper from the outside from Gemmel. Deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with West Park. Not a lot of scoring in this quarter. Bella Vista has scored 6. West Park 4. Soravan comes up with a loose ball.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't even looking.
Nope, wasn't even looking. Sometimes it's, you know, shooters can shoot, man. She just knows where that bucket is.
Just a sign of a good player.
Yeah, really.
Patterson, we're going to get a foul on the floor at maybe Soravan. Yep.
Man, I mean, I hate to, I just love seeing this matchup between Patterson and Soravan. I mean, these are two really, really good players that we get to watch tonight. It's pretty fun.
And West Park gets another year of Soravan. Cervantes was the one that came up with the rebound for the Panthers. Here's Soravan once again. Karzai has 2 3-pointers to her credit already tonight. Turnaround from Goringa draws the foul. And that looks like that's Emma Givens.
That was a nice play by West Park there by getting Goringa down low. Like, she stopped her run short of the block, so that really gave her nice position there under the bucket.
Ava Jensen, by the way, on the bench. I have her for 3 fouls. 17-point lead for West Park. Which is where it was at halftime. Now their biggest lead of the game. Goringa's up to 7 points tonight.
Okay, so now the Broncos really need to make a dent in this lead with Sorovan on the bench.
That one's in and out. Under 40 seconds to go. Broncos need some points. Belleberg's going to launch a 3. Air ball.
It looked on. It looked on from my angle.
Cervantes another rebound. 28 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Goringa on. Givens draws the foul from Givens. Her second foul in the span of about 30 seconds. But again, she prevents the basket from scoring. And Goringa's going to have to earn this from the free throw line. 15th foul in the quarter on Bella Vista.
And
shots anyway.
You've probably already noticed this, George, but it's interesting how the Broncos, it seems to me like they're trying to break the run with offense. They try to score to break a run, but it's really important to not do that. You try to break runs with defense, and you need to win it on the defensive end first, and then the offense will come. So I'd like to see in the fourth quarter them try to pick up their defense and stop them a little bit.
1 of 2 for Goringa. She's now up to 8 points.
They did at the beginning of this quarter, right? They really held West Park scoreless for a while.
Belleberg picked up the dribble, but Emma Givens was right there. 14 seconds. You don't have to hurry. Loose ball. Another turnover by the Broncos. And then they force a travel. So 6.9 seconds to go. The Broncos will get the last shot here.
Big shot here. What would you do, George? Would you run what kind of play would you run here? Looks like they're doing a stack. I'd spread it out a little bit. Go 4 corners, get a 3.
In the corner, inside to Givens. Got to take the shot. Dances off. Patterson, the putback, too hard.
They got what they wanted there, but
they
just
got a
didn't.
couple of looks there
Yeah,
at the
they did.
at the end of the quarter.
They did. They just didn't fall. So there's a lid on that bucket right now.
So West Park outscores Bella Vista 8-6 in the third quarter. So not a lot of scoring there. Again, this was an opportunity for the Broncos with, especially early on, going almost half the quarter before West Park even scored. This was a chance for the Broncos to put some points on the board and get back into this game. It did not work for them.
Absolutely.
They are going to need a flurry of turnovers and baskets and West Park not scoring in the fourth quarter if they're going to pull this one out.
That is true, my friend. Yeah, I think, I think we underestimated West Park's defense a little bit, perhaps. At least I did personally. Coming into this, I thought that, Sorovan would just be, light up the gym and just outscore us. But got a tip of the cap to Coach Carly and their defense, too. They're tenacious. They're fast. They run the court really well, and they stopped us, for three quarters. Let's see if it changes in the fourth.
So you just got to look at the on the screen of our upcoming broadcast schedule. The girls will be taking on Granite Bay in their final test before league play starts on January 2nd. And then you saw the boys game on January 8th. That is their second league game of the year and the first home game in league play. And so those are the next couple of games. The boys will be in a tournament this weekend. Bella Vista will be off for almost the next 2 weeks. Sorovan with the steal all the way in, does not go.
But then
West
they got
Park
the offensive
rebound.
That's
and
incredible.
it was Karzai again. She's had a terrific game.
Yeah, she has. She's fun to watch as a senior. She's a really good player. Macy Lee's working really hard out there on defense. She almost got the steal.
Sorovan launches an air ball. And Macy Lee, the aforementioned Macy Lee, gets the rebound. Here's Patterson. Patterson muscles it in too hard. Jensen the rebound. The putback is good.
All right, Broncos, let's make a run here, girls.
Jensen is at 8 points, 6 of those here in the second half. Lead is 17. The idea, force a turnover and cut the lead to 15. Here's Goringa. Gets it back. Little collision with Jensen. Rebound. This will go over to Bella Vista.
Nice defense by Ava Jensen there to just stay in front of her and get the rebound.
She had the position for the defense, but Goringa came over at the last minute and knocked that one out of bounds.
Yep, for sure.
High post Jensen. Nobody underneath now. She tries to get it into Patterson. I think she led her just a little too far, and so that will go back over to West Park once again.
Great look, right? That's exactly what you wanted to see in that set. Just a little, let her a little bit too much.
Kylie Mullen-Ross back in. Belleberg will head to the bench. Goringa, Jensen tried to force the steal, turnaround jumper, one-hander from Goringa. That's off of Jensen.
Yep, mistimed her jump a little bit there. Had one more little bounce off the rim.
More substitutions. Plake's coming back in. Nielsen is coming in. Got to see who's coming out. Patterson will go out, and Macy Lee will go out. And Coach Carrie Masters is right there to greet both of them. Goringa underneath. Jensen the rebound. Pass is deflected away. That will stay with Bella Vista.
You know, difference in subs, of course, I'm sure Carly would want to sub. Coach Carly would want to sub as much as Coach Masters, but she just doesn't have that many subs on West Park. But Bella Vista is running them 2 at a time to set up different defenses each time.
Yeah, they're down to, West Park is down to 7 players, but they are doing a wonderful job of just keeping control of this game.
Yep.
Despite the lack of a bench right now.
For sure, for sure. They all know, they're all kind of locked in. They know exactly what they want to do.
Labrador is on the sideline resting that injured leg. Looks like she's got something wrapping it.
Man,
somebody's jacket or something.
That was great defense by Sarah DeMuha right there on a really good Sorovan player. So tip of the cap to Sarah for that defense.
Near travel by Nielsen, but she got the pass off just in time. Jensen underneath, comes up with it, step around move. Jensen's at 10.
Well,
averages a double-double, 11 points, 12 rebounds per game.
Let's find a way, nice. Ava Jensen is just doing it all right now.
Check it, it's the opposite. 12 points, 11 rebounds. Jensen on the baseline, and that one's too tall for Bridget Nielsen.
Sometimes Ava gets a little too unselfish, doesn't she? Should have just probably taken that jumper right there. She's feeling it right now. Give it to Ava Jensen. It's her show.
Lead is 15. Broncos need a stop here. Richards. And she traveled.
All right.
There's the stop.
There's the stop we wanted. Just right on cue, George. Good call. Right now, we got to get it to Ava Jensen down on the low
now
block.
It's points.
She's not even being guarded right now. They got Sorovan down on the low block. But
another Bronco turnover. You know, one of the things in their wins and even in the loss to River City in the Del Campo tournament, their turnovers by comparison to other games were much lower. And now I believe it's probably a lot higher tonight, especially in that second quarter where it was just a flurry of turnovers. Goringa draws the foul and will head to the free throw line.
It's unfortunate there, but it wasn't on Ava Jensen, but the fact that Goringa got such space, she's a really good player when she has that much open space.
Yeah, but Ava Jensen was pleading. She was playing defense attorney there for Kylie Mullen-Ross, pleading the case.
She's going to be a lawyer someday, is that what you're saying?
Hey. Unfortunately, she was not able to convince the referee to change their mind. But what referee would? You know, once they make the call, they don't normally change their mind.
I've tried many a times. You're right. They've never changed their mind for me.
One of 2 for Goringa.
How many points does she have, George?
9.
She's a big game.
She's definitely the star of this game for West Park. Touch pass from Plate, looking for Jensen underneath. Ball deflected away from Goringa, still loose. Sorovan comes up with it. Sorovan's had to take on the role of point guard tonight, and she is doing a really nice job of running the point and getting the ball to Goringa, who has been the scoring leader for this game for West Park, and she's going to have another opportunity. And there is that smile for Goringa that we had heard about.
Yeah. Yeah, she's having a lot of fun out there. You know, she's got a great point guard in Sorovan to get her the ball down low. But Ava Jensen has been incredible tonight. She's working so hard. She's everywhere. She's guarding almost every position. She's had a really great game. I know she's not happy right now by any means, nor, you know, with the score. I don't think she should be. But in terms of a specific game, man, she's been all over the place.
You know, just going back, and I know we've harped on it a lot tonight, but going back to the first quarter,
Yeah.
and how Bella Vista got down by 5, and then they came back and took the lead at the end of the quarter.
Yep.
And then it's like something changed during the quarter break, and you know, Coach Waddell, pardon me, Coach Waddell of West Park told us that they were going to really try to turn up the defensive intensity, and maybe that's what they did in the second quarter, forcing a lot of turnovers, keeping Bella Vista scoreless in that quarter, and that's really where they took control. It's a 16-point game now, under 5 minutes to go. It's, I mean, stranger things have happened, but it's usually at 16 with this, it usually doesn't look good. So
Right. Yeah, I mean, we're almost to the point where we're firing up the eggnog and starting thinking about Christmas, you know, as a player. I mean, I remember that, you know, Christmas break, you know, it's easy to happen. But I do think, back to your point, like West Park, they picked it up on the defensive end. There was a time in that second quarter it just clicked, and defense won it for them.
Well, there's again, another friendly roll for Gabby Garinga. She is a senior. And certainly I wish her well wrapping up her senior year. And glad that she's gotten the chance to play. Hopefully there's an opportunity at the next level for her. If nothing else, one of the local junior college programs, I would love to have her.
Yeah, I'm sure. Definitely. Yeah, she's got a lot of potential, a lot of basketball left in front of her.
So Garinga's at 10. Here's Ortega off the screen from Mullen Ross. Down inside to Jensen. Jensen, step around, move.
Oh, beautiful.
Gets the roll.
Great work by Ava Jensen. Like I said, she's, you know, her whole family's here cheering her on. It's great to see her working so hard.
10 second half points for Ava Jensen, 12 overall. Richards, she almost walked with it.
She did. It was close. But they're
back outside.
Panthers
Sorivong's going to take a chance at a 3. Jensen got a hand on it. She tries to save it. She does.
Rebound, Ava Jensen.
Broncos down 15. That one goes off of Mullen Ross. And then unfortunately she tripped over, I think, Sorivong, trying to go get that ball.
See Sarah DeMuhad on the end of the bench cheering on her teammates. I know she wants to be in there right now with Ortega. Hit a couple threes maybe.
Here's Gemmel. Looking for Garinga once again. Gets by Jensen. Garinga now to 12 points.
Marissa Plate there on the backside defense needed a little bit more help. Same with Ross there on that spin move when Ava's overplaying like that to get the steal.
Ross over Sorivong.
So close.
And Garinga gets the rebound.
And Garinga's everywhere too, isn't she?
Yes,
She's
she
fun
is.
to watch, her and Sorivong. I know we said those names 1,000 times tonight, but they are truly great players.
West Park came into this game 5-7 after their win over Roseville on Friday. The way things are looking, they'll go to 6-7. But with a healthy Garinga and hopefully Labrador not gone for too much time, and then Lauren Weiss should be back as Garinga gets another 2. They're hoping Weiss will be back for the West Park tournament this weekend that the Panthers are hosting. So we'll see what West Park is able to do. There's a foul on Ortega.
So if they're gonna keep trying to front Garinga there with Ava Jensen on the front side, they're definitely going to need to communicate to that backside defense to help there at the end. That's happened twice in a row. We'll see if they make that adjustment.
Karzai, that's her first points of the second half.
Cora Patterson, I'm sure. Nice ovation for Gorenga there. What a game she had, right? She deserves it. She's gone through a lot to battle that.
2 points for Karzai. Jensen underneath.
Good play, though, ladies. That was really good.
Patterson the rebound, and Jensen's right there. Nielsen's underneath, and I think Nielsen's going to get herself a one-way ticket to the free throw line.
It's a nice combo right here of Ava Jensen and Cora Patterson. They're very strong down there. That was good to see. They work well together.
You know, when Goringa came out and got the applause there, oh,
close.
Heartbreaker
Good
for
shot.
Bridget Nielsen.
She has good form, too.
Just her third free throw attempt of the year.
Nice arm extension there. You see that? Flick of the wrist. That was a good shot.
But it's good to see Marissa Plate getting some playing time after she missed the entire Del Campo tournament due to an injury.
Yep.
Going to get a foul called. That's on Ava.
Unlucky there on that bounce.
I've got her at 4.
She's going to leave it all out there on the court. You know she will. All the way till the end.
2:18 to go. It's a 20-point lead. Gemmel from 19.
Beavy's ball. Beavy's ball, yep. Good job, Bella Vista.
Nice job on the part of Kate Richards as well. Tried to save it.
Yep.
But stepped on the end line, and then as she did save it, it also hit the backside of the backboard, so that was going to be out anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
West Park calling a timeout here with 2:07 to go as the Broncos and the Panthers are wrapping up their schedule prior to the Christmas holiday. West Park, by the way, will be hosting their annual tournament this weekend in Roseville. Action gets underway on Friday. It goes Friday, Saturday, Monday, because the high schools do not play games on Sunday. And a normal tournament this time of year is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but with Christmas Day being Thursday, you bump the tournaments over. The boys, the Bella Vista boys are in a tournament this weekend as well that is going Friday, Saturday, Monday as well. The Broncos played 3 tournaments prior to tonight here in the month of December, so they have played in the West Park tournament in the past.
Yep, that was beautiful.
But they bowed out this year because of the other tournaments that they were in.
Yeah, I think they've played all their tournaments, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the Broncos are going to have the next 12 days or so off before taking on Granite Bay on January 2nd. That'll be our next broadcast here on BV Live Sports. And that's an early start with January 2nd being a Friday. It's kind of a pseudo holiday. Not for everybody, but there's a jumper from Nielsen. Mullen Ross the rebound. Jensen was underneath there. Winds up on the ground, and it looks like she's going to get a couple of free throws as well.
I'd be curious to ask Coach Masters at the end of this game, you know, what she has planned for those next 12 days. That's
well,
great.
they are going to practice.
That's good, yeah.
And they're also going to take some time to rest. She says the break is coming at a really good time.
Good, yeah, that's great.
There's the players that have been injured. Maisie Hess, who just came back but then was injured again. Marissa Plate seeing some limited action tonight. Mullen Ross the rebound. Cora Patterson. Oh, that doesn't go for her either. Gemmel comes up with it, trying to step around. So the Broncos will get some much-needed rest. Granite Bay is going to be a tough team on the 2nd. But there's a drive and a little scoop runner there for Sorivong. And she is now up to 13 points in the night. Patterson now finds Jensen. Jensen fouled, will go to the free throw line. So that'll be our first broadcast of the 2026 calendar year,
wow,
Scott.
Crazy. 25 went by fast.
There's the info. And what I was getting to with January 2nd kind of being a bit of a pseudo holiday, a lot of people are going to spend their New Year's Day watching football, and you know, that's very tiring. So probably a lot of people taking that January 2nd day off. You see the start time, 5:50 air time. That means a tip-off scheduled for 6 o'clock. That is an hour and a half earlier than normal. So they're going to go with an early start on the on the second. That means the freshman game will start at 3.
Wow, it's early.
And the JV game will take the normal freshman slot at 4:30. So, keep all of that in mind for the game on January 2nd. Varsity tips off at 6 p.m.
Good to know.
Jensen gets 1 of 2. And the lead is back to 20. The Broncos coming into this one with just 4 wins. Gemmel gets the hoop. She's going to go to the free throw line.
Ava knew it. She knew she fouled out on that one. But like I said, I mean, true Ava Jensen fashion, she's going to leave it all out on the court and work till the very end.
Gemmel, by the way, is at 10 points tonight. Gets the deuce, so she's up to, or gets the free throw, she's up to 11. Ortega, Stites once again. Stites may have gotten away with a walk there.
Comes a Euro step.
And now here's Karzai leading everyone. Nielsen flying in, runs just enough interference. Gemmel's putback doesn't go. And Soravon comes up with the rebound.
Wow, that's a good rebound. I mean, she's a good rebounding guard, too. A good shooting guard. She's doing it all.
She's quietly hit double figures tonight.
Yeah.
Not quite her 15-point average, but there's Cervantes getting her first 2 points of the game, the 5'10 junior.
So I told you if we would have got to 55, we would have got the win. Here we go, big shot. Oh.
Stites tries to save it. She
Nice
does.
save by Elise.
Here's Ortega. Now Nielsen, she'll launch a 3. She can make those. Bridget Nielsen, 6 points tonight. As time is going to expire, and this one all West Park tonight. Bella Vista had a 14-10 lead at the end of the first quarter. They then go scoreless in the second quarter, and then just 6 points in the third.
Yep.
And then powered by 8 points in the fourth quarter alone from Ava Jensen. They were able to get back into double digits in that final quarter. But unfortunately for the Broncos, it just wasn't enough as the Broncos fall tonight by 22 points. We thought that, pardon me, getting over a cold. So we thought that this would be kind of an even matchup tonight.
We did, yep.
And if the Broncos don't go scoreless in the second quarter and have more of a typical second quarter and even more of a typical third quarter,
right,
this game is probably a lot closer.
Absolutely, that was it. I mean, that second quarter, that was basically the end, of the game. I mean, they couldn't dig themselves out of that hole, and it started with the defensive end from West Park. Just stopping the Broncos and causing turnovers. So that was a big change.
So for the Broncos, they now drop to 4-11 on the year, and West Park improves to 6-7 on the season. West Park, as we mentioned, they'll be hosting their tournament. Pardon me, the cough still wants to come out. So, but West Park will be hosting its tournament this weekend. And again, as we mentioned, for those of you that are West Park fans, just to let you know what the schedule looks like, the Panthers will be playing Vacaville at 7:30 p.m. on Friday, and then Saturday and Monday's action, of course, depends on what happens on Friday. So Vacaville and West Park on Friday night at 7:30 over at West Park High School. And for the Broncos, they will be off until Friday, January 2nd, when they host Granite Bay on the second day of 2026. And again, The varsity game that night will start at 6 p.m. So just a reminder that it's a bit of an earlier start than what they're used to.
Yeah.
And our next boys broadcast is going to be 6 days later as the Bronco boys, that's their next home game. They'll take on Rio Americano. It'll be their second league game of the season, and that will be the standard 7:20 broadcast start and 7:30 tip-off here at Bella Vista High School. So those are our broadcast plans for now, but just for the rest, just like everyone, just like the girls team, we're going to take a break for Christmas and the New Year, and come back on January 2nd.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, and also, so that's just one more game, Granite Bay, until we get into league play, starting on the 7th with Ponderosa. So I think, if you were to ask Coach Masters about her preseason, her prior to league play, I think she, what do you think? I think she would be happy in that I think she learned a lot about her team. That's what these games are for. You get to know your players, you get to know what rotations work, what don't, what kind of defenses to run, what kind of offense, of course. We didn't see any pressing tonight, which maybe is something that Coach Masters might consider during league. But that's really what you're playing for. You want to do well in league. You want to compete at a high level in such a hard league. I mean, it's like literally impossible, the CVC, how quality of a teams that they have. So hopefully, Coach Masters thinks that this preseason / pre-league play was beneficial for her squad. I think she chose really good tournaments to do this year. I think she was smart with that. And ultimately, I think it made their squad better and more prepared for league play, which is what it's all about.
When I spoke to her when we did the season opening interview, she told me, I don't remember if it was before the interview or during the interview, she said, I didn't really do my team any favors with the tournaments, but there was a method to her madness, if you will.
Yep.
And that is she wanted her team to play those much tougher teams, because that's how you get ready.
Right.
That's how you get ready for potential postseason action. And maybe Bella Vista isn't quite there yet. Maybe they're a couple of years away from that. But you know what? If they can string some games together and certainly place high enough in the league, they can get there, and then they will have benefited from those tough matchups against teams that are going to be in the postseason. So we'll see as that goes.
For sure.
For the Broncos, going ahead and taking a look at some of the final numbers here for Bella Vista. I'm going to just kind of total them up. Kylie Mullen-Ross had 5 points in the first quarter, went scoreless the rest of the way. And that's one of those things that we were kind of hoping that she would maybe build on those 5 points a little bit. But unfortunately for her, she didn't really get a lot of looks. And that again, you mentioned that Bella Vista didn't do a lot of pressing. West Park didn't either. And a lot of teams have pressed Bella Vista and caused them problems. What West Park did is they did what they would normally do if they were pressing, but they did it in front court.
Yep.
And that was that turning up the defensive intensity was the words Coach Waddell used when we talked to her. And that really forced the turnovers for Bella Vista. And really, that's what turned the game around.
It did, absolutely. What they did is they made the court really, really small. And when you have 3 bigs out there like Bella Vista has, I mean, that court seemed tiny when you have the ball in the half court. So they were everywhere on their half. To your point, they didn't do a full court press, but they definitely trapped. They definitely trapped the ball, and they got a lot of turnovers on the sideline. Coach Masters took a couple timeouts and made some really good adjustments to fix that from happening. But then you probably noticed too, then what did West Park do? They kind of fell back a little bit and had a lot more of an interception type of a defense where they got a lot of turnovers that way. So it just and it happened so fast. I mean, that second quarter was over, and all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard and we were down by 15. I mean, it's incredible how fast that happens. And that's something I think that the coaching staff they're working on it, and I know they are, but that's something that the girls are just going to eventually have to figure out how to get around.
That West Park getting that double-digit lead. That happened so fast. I remember when it happened, I looked at the
Yeah.
scoreboard and I said that they had gone from a 4 to an 8-point lead. They actually led by 12 at that point.
Wow.
So
Just like
I
that.
said 8 points. It was actually 12.
Right.
And that's how fast it went. I was
Yeah.
like, I hadn't even caught up yet.
Well, I mean, I'm going to have
So-
to ask Emma Givens' dad because he was running the scoreboard. I think they maybe had a scoreboard malfunction. I don't think that was logical how fast that happened. No,
Yeah,
obviously the score was right, but it just happened so fast. And we looked up there, and what'd you say? We're down by 12.
Yeah.
And then it went 15, and then it was basically over, honestly, at that
17
point.
at halftime. And then,
Yeah.
and then West Park, they don't score until about halfway through the third quarter, but the Broncos couldn't take advantage of that.
Right.
And that was another one of the problems that happened. Just like West Park did take advantage of Bella Vista not scoring at all in the second quarter, and that's where the game turned, and that's where they built the big lead, and really that's where the game was won. The Broncos couldn't do the same in the third quarter, and they actually even wind up being outscored in the third quarter ultimately. Taking a look at some of the final numbers, Gabby Goringa for the West Park Panthers, she leads the way with 14 points tonight, 13 for Soravong, who again was going to be a part-time point guard tonight, turned into a full-time point guard. And certainly our best wishes and prayers go out to Kara Labrador. Hopefully she's back real soon. That was really painful to see her go down and then have to be carried off.
Yeah.
But she stayed on the bench throughout the game. She just
did.
had that leg elevated. But hopefully things will go well for her in her recovery and that she'll be back here pretty soon. But with the different injuries that they're having, they almost have to feel snake bit. But Coach Waddell has got to be pleased with the way the rest of the group. She only had 7 players
Yeah,
able
it's
to
amazing.
finish out this game, and they played so well tonight. 12 points for Layla Karzai, including a couple of 3-pointers. Callie Gemmel had 11, and then 2 points each for Mia Cervantes and Kate Richards to round out the scoring for Bella Vista. Ava Jensen with 14 points, and then second leading scorer tonight was Kylie Mullen-Ross, her 5 points, all in the fourth quarter. So really not anybody else got going for Bella Vista offensively. And for Ava Jensen, she got going late. And
She did.
so that's where we have talked about this before. I look across the line at the top for Sarah DeMucha, nothing.
Right.
No points at all.
Yep.
And that's not normal.
That's not normal, no.
She does average about 4.5 per game, but usually we see we see some numbers in the blocks next to her name on the score sheet. So just a rough one overall for Bella Vista tonight. So Kylie Mullen-Ross with 5, 4 for Bridget Nielsen. Check that. I'm sorry, she had 6 points tonight. Had 2
nice.
in the first
She
quarter
had
and then
3,
a 1,
right?
and then she hit that 3-pointer
Yeah.
late in the game.
That was big.
So 6 points for Bridget Nielsen, 5 for Kylie Mullen-Ross, and then 2 each for Lila Ortega, Jada Belleberg, and Cora Patterson. 1 for Elise Stites, playing but not scoring Marissa Plate and Macy Lee.
Yeah, I thought Macy
Emma
Lee
Givens,
picked it
and
up.
of course Sarah DeMucha. So
Right.
there's the scoring tonight. We are waiting on Coach Masters to come up here and talk to us.
They're still in the locker room, aren't they?
And you know, I'm not surprised, honestly. It's how often do you see a team go scoreless for a full quarter?
Yeah,
what
for sure.
What
That's
I did
tough.
notice lately, or when I've looked at the Bella Vista schedule, is in the games that they lost, they string together quarters where they score single digits, and when they win, they're putting more double-digit quarters together. And tonight for Bella Vista, the fourth quarter was double digits. In fact, Ava Jensen alone had 10 points in the fourth quarter.
What was
Oh,
what was
she
the
had 8
scoring
points,
between
I'm
the
sorry.
teams in the fourth quarter? Did
Well, they
Bella
had-
Vista win that fourth quarter?
No, because West Park had 39 at the end of the third, so I actually didn't do the math yet, but that's 15 points for them
It was close though.
in that quarter. And for Bella Vista, they just had the 6 points. They were at 20 at the end of the quarter, and they finished with 32, so that would have been 12.
Yep, it was closer though. I mean, that was it was a great fourth quarter to end on, right, going into holiday Christmas break. But it was all led by Ava Jensen. Like I said during that, during the broadcast, the fourth quarter of Ava Jensen, that's some of the best basketball I've seen her play. She was up and down the court. You could tell she really, really wanted to just like take the team on her shoulders, and that's what seniors do. I mean, she's a good senior leader, good captain, definitely the person that can do that. But it was a little too much, little too big of a mountain to climb up this game. Because of that second quarter. But if she can take that sort of effort and mentality just to lead this team in the fourth quarter throughout league play, I think the Broncos are going to be in pretty good shape.
So for the Broncos, they will practice over the break. Obviously, as we mentioned, they have looks like it's 11 days after today. What is today? Today's the 22nd. So you've got virtually 2 weeks, and before your next game, which will be Friday the 2nd. I would imagine there's going to be no practice on Christmas, probably no practice on New Year's, but on some of those other days there will be practices. What would you like to see them work on here as they take this break and head back to the practice floor?
Yeah, well, I mean, the answer to that question is pretty easy in that I think they've already started practicing now. I don't think that they're in the locker room. I think they literally went to the small gym, and they're literally practicing right now because they're not coming out of the locker room yet. But what I would want to see is, one, free throws. I think that free throws killed them. I think that they missed a lot of, they gave away a lot of points that way. Backside rebounding, they definitely need to get better at that. And then also just pressure defense, how to break traps. I think that they really need to learn how to look negative to that and, find the open man cutting adjacent. They need to move a lot more off the ball when that's happening, because that's what I think happened. Second quarter, they started West Park started trapping along the sidelines, and it was all over for the Broncos at that point. And then the problem too is once you get in a run like that and you give up so many points, you start forcing the passes a little bit, and then that's what, of course, led to more turnovers. So free throws, team defense, and how to break those traps. That's kind of what I would focus on to start with. I'm sure Coach Masters has a lot, of other ideas too, but, just from this game perspective, that's what I would look at.
Well, and I know that over the course of this season, limiting turnovers and getting the rebounds have always been key staples of her philosophy when it comes to the coaching. And
for sure.
So,
I know they're working on it for sure. It just takes practice and practice and practice. It's still early in the season. We haven't even got to league yet, so you'll see those things pick up.
Well, you see some of the players emerging from the locker room here, and hopefully Coach Masters will make her way through the door in a few seconds here, and we will be able to get some thoughts from her. We have always invited her to bring a player with her if she would like, but that's entirely.
Who would you bring? Who would you bring, George?
Well, Ava Jensen had the.
That's what I was going to say.
Had the big game, and
looks like she might be coming up here too with
there.
one of her family members.
Yeah, she was greeted by a family member. You mentioned that that her family is here in town, so.
It's the best part about holiday break, right? Seeing family.
Yeah.
Yep. Good. We get to talk to her.
Here,
I'll take my headset off. Okay.
All right. So we should probably go off camera for a second, but Carrie's going to come in here with Ava Jensen, and everybody's going to settle in here and slide down, and then we'll give Ava a chance to slide in so that we can see you. There you are. And we'll bring everybody up. And there you go.
Hi there.
Hello there. All right, well, let's talk about this one for a little bit. Obviously, that second quarter really is kind of where the game turned around. Scoreless second quarter. You don't see that happen very often. What's your perspective on what happened there?
I'd like to never see that again, George. I'll just tell you that right now. I don't know. The girls are making me do math in the locker room, which I'm not a big fan of. We had a 4-point lead coming out of the first. I was super excited. And then even if you look after in the third quarter, we allowed 8. We scored 6. We were right there. Fourth quarter, they scored 15. I think we scored 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you take those quarters, we're down 1, and then we have a scoreless second. They dropped 21 points. And, it's just, I don't know. If you look at our record, look at our games, every loss that we've taken, we've had one really bad quarter. And it's just, I don't know if we panic, we just get away from, what we're supposed to be doing. We don't square our feet. We go into panic mode. We just start shooting up some pretty bad shots, and game gets out of control.
One of the things we noticed is it really looked like West Park kind of turned up their defensive effort in that second quarter as well, and it looked like you just kind of had whatever they were doing had a tough time adjusting to it.
We did. We had a tough time adjusting. I think that I got to go back and look at the film. We forget that we have the ability to jab and fake and, not send passes between, from our person with the defender standing in between. I think we go into panic mode. We haven't really figured out how to handle that kind of defensive pressure yet, but we're capable of it. We just lose it just for a moment. Again, if we score 2 points in the second quarter, if we drop 2 points in the second quarter, this is a tie game. It's hard to, I hate to say that, but it's kind of true. 2 points, that's all we needed to score. And otherwise, we had a brilliant game. So we just kind of have to work through that kink a little bit, unfortunately, I don't get enough timeouts in the game. I can't call one every minute in the second quarter, trying to, get them to settle down a little bit. But we'll figure it out. I still hold high hopes that we will put together 4 solid quarters. And we have. In some of our victories, we have definitely put together 4 solid quarters. But if you look at our losses, it's been one big quarter that we've lost.
So, Ava, your perspective, you're out there, you're fighting, you're battling it out there, and you just heard what Coach said, and I'm sure that there was more that was also spoken in the locker room afterwards. How do you fix something like that? How do you eliminate those one bad quarters?
It's definitely tough to bounce back from, but I just think that whenever we talk on the court more and move our feet more, the more that we move around, the more fluid it feels on the court. We're able to pass the ball better and get open better whenever we're talking to each other, or when we in the locker room talk about what we need to fix. So just hyping ourselves up on the court by moving, or hyping ourselves up on the bench by standing up when we score, or talking about what play we're in really helps.
Yeah, you had a really good fourth quarter, 8 points, and I mean you're there, you're swatting rebounds and some assists in there as well. I've got you for 14 points total in the game. Tell me about what was working in the fourth quarter.
I just realized even if we're down, I always want to end the game knowing that I put everything out there on the court. I always want something to show for it, even if it's not in my stats. I want to leave the game knowing that I did the best that I could. And in the first half, I know that I didn't, especially the second quarter. I knew I could have moved around better, or talked better with my teammates, or just put in more effort to get the ball. So just trying to do that in the fourth quarter helped me get momentum.
So you get a little bit of a break.
We do.
And you've got the game on the 2nd of January against Granite Bay. What do you work on now between now and then?
We're going to work on some conditioning for sure, and we're going to work on our shots. I think one of the things that really hurts us is that I think when we go into panic mode, when we see that the score's getting out of hand and we're losing our edge, I think that we don't take good shots. We go into, oh my gosh, we got to shoot the ball, and like so early in the shot clock, and we're not gathering and shooting. So between now and then, it's going to be all about learning how to box out and putting up good shots.
And how does the schedule work? I mean, there's a couple of holidays coming up, so I'm pretty sure that they probably get those days off. But
do.
then there's other days surrounding it.
They do.
But and when we talked before the game, you talked about the importance of also giving them rest because they've had a lot of games.
Yeah.
With the 3 tournaments.
They have. So, the month of December, we've had 3 tournaments and a game. So we've had 4 games all 3 weeks, each 3 weeks of December. So we'll practice. We'll come together tomorrow. We'll practice. We'll be off a few days. We'll come together Saturday. We'll have a practice before New Year's, and then we'll take the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. But I just talked to the girls in the locker room about, hey, it might be break, and we don't have organized practice, but get up some shots, handle the ball, watch the film, tune into BV Live, and let's watch the game and see what went right and see what went wrong. Again, I thought we played brilliantly for 3 quarters of that game. It's just the second quarter we massively fell apart. And, and I think the girls will see that. And when they watch the film, they'll see what we can do differently.
Eva, I wanted to ask you, you've had a terrific season. And pardon me, my cold just won't let me spit it out the way I want to here. So give me just a second. But we have you averaging, coming into the game, about 12 points and about 11 rebounds per game. What's next for you? Have you made a decision on next year, and what can we expect?
That's a big question. I've talked to different coaches through NCSA about playing for their teams for either D3 or even D2 a little bit. But I've always wanted to go to BYU, and they are D1 school. So I will most likely, I'll probably get into BYU, and my plan is to keep playing basketball in. They have a bunch of recreational leagues there, so
Okay.
I'll be able to find one and keep playing the game.
And just shine and just make that D1 school want to make sure they bring you up.
Yes, for sure.
That would be cool.
Yes.
That would really be cool if that were to happen. But you know what? The education is also very important, and so it sounds like you've got a good plan there. So, but fantastic. Well, I want to thank you both for joining us tonight. I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and everything. Looking forward to seeing you guys on January 2nd.
Awesome.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Thank
Christmas,
you.
George.
Thank you
very much.
You bet.
All right.
You bet.
Thank
you
you.
both.
All right.
And that's Ava Jensen and Carrie Masters joining us here tonight. We're going to go ahead and close this one out. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here on BV Live Sports for this game, the final game of the 2025 calendar year. And so we'll get ready to get league schedule started up here before too long. So thank you very much to our crew, our camera operator JT Stewart, our producer Julie Tharolson. For Scott Hackman, Carrie Masters, Ava Jensen, this is George Tharolson. Merry Christmas, everyone, and we will see you next year.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.